event of the season. That like legitimately may have been the longest event of the season. I'm not bullshitting. So what's going on? It's your boy Jay, Wolfpack Performance Talk Podcast, F1 Minute, all of that yada, 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 good stuff. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm hoping I don't even fall asleep on camera. Eastern Standard Time, this event starts around, I believe, 11 something. I'm up already. So that means I have not been to sleep right now for over 24 hours. Why is that? Because Formula One can't do a lot of things that they should do to prevent things like we just saw. Literally, free practice lasted almost of 7 hours time, starting around 11 something and not ending until 0640-ish Eastern Standard Time. That is crazy. All right, that is crazy. An unfortunate situation took place in Free Practice 1, which you all probably know. It extended Free Practice 1, which resulted in Free Practice 1 pretty much being abandoned. And then from there, we go into a delayed Free Practice 2, which is delayed so much in itself that it goes into the wee hours of the morning. So let's talk about some of these things that not have only happened this week, transpiring into the Las Vegas GP. We're going to talk about some things that happened during free practice events of the Las Vegas GP. We're going to talk about some things that I've told you way back a long time that would take place eventually at some point in time, would always come to a rise or a bubble. Whether it's true or not, just the fact that it's out here, just the fact that the energy in itself is out here. So we're going to go through some slides, and no, I did not take a lot of time to arrange all these slides and make them look pretty. They'll give us our topic placeholders, and we will keep moving. We will look at some quotes as well. First, I would like to say big shout out to Kerma first in the chat, Mary Beanie in the chat. What's got Thuth Hill in the chat? Listen, it was an embarrassment. Me seeing that was an embarrassing moment for Formula One, in my opinion. We will have a Wolves Den tomorrow. We're going to wait until after qualifying. I think that'll give us a bit more to talk about when we talk in the Wolves Den. But let's go ahead and get to some of these slides. Let's go ahead and get to some of these slides, okay? So the first one that we're going to go into is this. There is a picture running around. Now, whether this image is false or it is doctored or is photoshopped, supposedly somebody got a spot on the sphere and they put everyone knows Red Bull cheats. All right. Everyone knows Red Bull cheats. Now, like I said, I'm not claiming that this is official, like claiming that I got the picture of this. Even if it's not real, the point that somebody has decided to, let's just say hypothetically, it's doctored. It doesn't look doctored to me, but it could be. There are some good artists out there. And even if it is, still the energy that somebody wants people to continuously remember Red Bull cheated, and it goes off in a big way, or they at least announce this or post it during the Formula One GP in Las Vegas, United States of America, and its next debut according to its last one in the 70s. It's not going away, people. All right, it is not going away. I'm going to say this as much as I can tell you this, and hear me. It will never go away. The situation that occurred in Formula One in 2021 is 2 years ago, and it is still going to be as fresh as it was then, randomly throughout every Formula One season from here on to the rest of the Earth's living days, which includes your living days. It will not go away. People, I told you, in America, I've expressed this several times. Although I wish not only Americans, but just worldwide, we could get on one page that humanity is at risk if we all don't work together. Sports Americans get together. There's more cohesiveness in sports than it is not. Now, I know we have the Kaepernick situation, and that's still ongoing, and that is very questionable, even in itself right now today, why we have so many ridiculously sorry quarterbacks in the NFL, yet Colin Kaepernick cannot get a call to either redeem himself or show that his shelf life has been met during the debacle, and he can no longer be a top or a backup quarterback in the NFL. That still shows you that there are owners in the NFL that are not only prejudiced, but likely racist, okay? Period. They've called quarterbacks off the couch that haven't played in 2 years or a year to replace another quarterback, and they are horribly bad. So Still in sports, Americans get together and are more unified than in other areas of our life, i.e. politics. No, Red Bull being cheaters are participating, are being a byproduct, are being a beneficiary of a cheating circumstance or a wrong or human error circumstance will never go away in life. They're going to have to wear that badge for a very long time. All right. Do you understand me? A very long time. But let's get into something a bit more honed in specifically about the Las Vegas GP, which I'm not even surprised. I'm just a bit disappointed in the continuation of Formula One's ability to show us that they can drop the ball on regulations, on safety, and our driver treatment. I'm just going to call it like it is. This right here is could have been a catastrophic failure. It likely could have been bodily injury, if not result in death. Imagine a piece of metal being chunked up from the road, a Formula One driver coming down, which we have already talked about, is a circuit that is going to yield one of the highest speeds on these straights. And it hits a driver's visor at that velocity. Does it break through or not? I don't know. It depends. But if it does, we're talking about possible death. I have to ask, during all of this construction, during everything that was going on, during all these checks, why is it, and I'm pretty sure there's a regulation out there, and somebody's going to be, well, because of regulation 21.4, I don't give a damn. Regs can be rewritten. We've already rewritten regs this season just to facilitate and make Max Verstappen happy when it came to pit lane situations. Why was there not a testing, even if you got to get F3, F2, some type of car, even if you got to go and drum up a car, whatever it takes, why was there not testing on this road to ensure that manhole covers would stay fixed to their positions? That's a major overlook, in my opinion. Major overlook. Mary Beanie in the super chat saying, F1 at its best. What a joke then. It was Red Bull TV on Sky F1. A billionaire paid for the Red Bull cheats thing. I was at AD 21 and never let it go 12-21. I told you. So Mary Beanie saying that a billionaire paid, and I did hear a billionaire did pay for this. I didn't, verify it myself with my sources, but I heard a billionaire did pay for it. And he got that spot and felt compelled enough. First of all, let me say this. It's a billionaire. Cool. Money to spend. I'm not going to say waste. It's their money. Whatever they spend it on, even if I don't value it, they value it. So if they value it, it's not a waste. But to spend the money that it would likely cost to put your slogan, your motto, your advertisement on the sphere, something that costs almost $20.5 billion to build, that says how felt they are about everyone knowing Red Bull cheats. So yeah, that is that. But when it comes to this situation, this is crazy. So I'm going to play a little clip for you all as far as Carlos came down, made contact with this. They thought it was a car failure at first, a technical difficulty or, unreliable situation, which we know has happened with Ferrari throughout this entire season, whether it be their drivers making waste of laps or the cars and the engineers and the mechanics not having the car set up right. Whatever the case is, they thought it was that at first, and it was not that. So this is something that we cannot pin on Ferrari. However, I am very glad that no driver was injured at all. Okay, I'm very glad for that because it really could have been bad. It could have been bad. So I'm going to play this video and you can hear, boom, did you hear that? Just listen to when Carlos, listen to that. That is no small contact of a surface. And I am just really trying to figure out why something was not tested like this. Why we didn't get a group of cars similar to the F1 car and go around here and check this. Why didn't they have anybody that would have common sense? Like, you implemented the regs, the air variation, the suction, the everything that these ground effects do. Did you not think that closing up a door that's not locked on a street was important? Well, if it's not, it damn sure is now. In this prolonged free practice, hours, people, hours upon hours upon hours. All right. I don't think that this is something that should have went easily missed. And I definitely don't think I'm going to give Formula One the benefit of the doubt by not checking things like this on the circuit. Not going to do it. Now they found that they're going to have to do whatever they're going to do, seal it, fill it. You know, they got the hot guns out there and all that other stuff to try to get it all straight. But hopefully they get everything good before FP3, which will be tonight, I believe at 2300, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if not 2330, either way, 30 minutes plus or minus. And then we will roll into qualifying at 3 a.m. Saturday morning, which that means likely no sleep for me for 40 plus hours unless I manage to get a power nap in. And we will be here for qualifying. You know, I am big about trying to be here for qualifying. So likely I will be here for qualifying. We will have kickback trivia as well. You will have an opportunity to win a $50 or $25 Visa gift card. So let's go on to our next topic and check out some other things. This is something else that I definitely was highly disappointed about. And this is something else that we've talked about when it comes to Formula One and their events either being derailed, canceled, rained out. In this situation, prolonged and delayed due to their own oversight, okay? Due to their own oversight. Mary Beanie J, look at chat as no mods here. That's fine. I'm not even really paying attention to the chat. I'm just trying to get through this material right now, Mary Beanie. Honestly, so just, you know, we're going to work it out. I see we got Blue Divas in the house. See, Blue Diva is definitely a mod. I see she's in there. I need my... she says I'm matching you, Jay. Okay, so Blue Diva must got a purple shirt on. Appreciate that. So we do have a moderators in the house. We got Blue Divas in the house. She's here, so that'll be just fine. We'll work it out. As far as this, I'm definitely not happy about this situation. Okay, these Formula One fans here to celebrate, even amongst all the clutter and the noise that has gone on in regards to the Formula One Las Vegas GP about the people, the citizens not being happy, business owners losing millions of dollars, losing business, losing traffic due to all the construction that went on and the poor logistics planning of Formula One and the lack of support for those business owners in this resident area. Still, they think that it was okay because you made an error, you made an oversight, free practice was prolonged. These Formula One fans didn't get their money's worth. FP1 was delayed right on out the gate. FP2 was delayed even further to the point you had to put an hour and a half on the clock to make up for said missing section. These fans didn't get their money's worth. So I'm not indicting Formula One just yet. They have time. I want to know. I want to hear. I want to see if there's going to be something that comes out that Formula One is going to give these people that paid money for 3-day passes, FP1, FP2, FP3, qualifying, and the race, a total of 5 events plus anything else that goes on in between. If Formula One is going to make good to these people that inevitably were cheated for what they paid for. They were not able to stay. You had security, police officers, local law enforcement, whatever it may be, whatever jurisdiction or whatever department it may be. You had local enforcement force Formula One fans out of the stands from watching free practice, which they should have been able to watch. That's what we got going on. So I want to know, and I'm hoping that Formula One reaches out or does something to say, hey, we understand the situation. We understand it was out of your control. It was not out of Formula One's control. It was something that you just overlooked. It wasn't out of your control. This was definitely in your control had you made sure you dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's. But mistakes do happen, but it still is on the onus. Remember, they like to use that, on the onus. Still is on the onus of Formula One. And because you overlooked it, a potential dangerous situation took place, which could have it did result in car damage of more than one car, and it could have resulted in bodily injury of a Formula One driver. But not only that, financially, these fans didn't get what they paid for. So I want to know, is Formula One going to do anything about that? That is what I would like to also know. Okay, so let's also let's get off Formula One, just not really off Formula One, but let's get on something else of a topic of Formula One that we've been going and chewing on for some time, and that is Andretti. New news is announced this week. Andretti, General Motors have stepped it up again. Consistently or constantly, Formula One have moved the goalpost every time they make an ultimatum or give Andretti and General Motors an ultimatum. They meet that ultimatum or over exceed it, and then Formula One move the goalpost again. So here we are. We are thrilled that our new Andretti Cadillac F1 engine will be powered by a General Motors power unit. Now, do recall that Christian Horner had some very dicey things to say in regards to Andretti and the General Motors partnership in the power unit department. And that was that he made a very slight comment about them being involved in an over-badging product or project. Well, Christian, you're a fucking energy drink company, and you were supposed to have Red Bull motors or Red Bull engines or Red Bull power units. Where the hell is that? I just want to know, where is it? It's nowhere. You're in a Honda right now. And then you tried to kind of lightweight, kind of dampen the Honda name, HRC, and then Red Bull power units. Bro, it's a Honda. That's an overbadge. And then if you don't want to technically be an overbadge, you're coming in with Ford, okay? I just recently got done assisting somebody with a Ford debacle amongst the dealership and the manufacturer. They have an engine, 1.5-liter EcoBoost. I BS you not. This engine has less than 38,000 miles on it within a 5-year period. This is a Ford, and this is why I say watch out for Red Bull. When Ford comes on, they're going to have issues. This is a Ford model, EcoBoost, so we're still talking about turbo technology, okay? This engine fails, cylinder 2, before 40,000 miles in a 5-year period. Listen to that, 40,000 miles. If you divide that by 5, you're talking about roughly 2 oil changes a year. A year. They say they are not responsible. Cylinder 2 fails, but yet they show a TSB, Technical Service Bulletin, that outlines that this is a common problem with this Ford-developed manufactured motor or engine, and it fails, and majority of those failed cylinder 2. This is Ford for you. This is Ford for you. Yet they don't want to do anything for the client. They don't want to do anything to help assist with the repairs of an engine that failed on the downside of 40,000 miles. 5-year warranty period just ended, but that is crazy. To be exact, the engine had 37,800 and something miles on it. This is a Ford for you. Known error. Matter of fact, they even have a situation. They settled a class action lawsuit in California. There's now one open on the East Coast of the United States. This is Ford for you. So watch out for Red Bull, like I said, when they collab with Ford. And I'm going to tell you, Ford wasn't even successful in Formula One on their own until they got with Cosworth. Okay, that's when they were unified or jointed to somebody who could help them or assist them in somewhat taking a bandwagon ride to success. Ford was not successful on their own. So do any of you actually believe that Ford and Red Bull aren't going to slight weight overbadge a Honda, or at least Honda technology that they have received and learned from throughout the time that they've been successful with Honda? Please, Christian, shut your mouth. So GM President Mark Ruiz says, with our deep engineering and racing expertise, we're confident we'll develop a successful power unit for the series and position Andretti Cadillac as a true works team. We will run with the very best at the highest levels with passion, integrity that will help elevate the sport for race fans around the world. All right, they are serious. Blue Diva says, the TP press conference was super heated, a must watch. So listen, if you haven't seen the team principals conference, check it out. I will check it out, as I will try not to fall asleep on it. But I'm definitely going to watch that. But yes, Andretti and GM are making strides to do all of this. Yet, Formula One bent over backward to lick their own buttholes to try to get Porsche and Audi into Formula One. They laid out the red carpet. They bought all the chocolates they can buy. They bought all the bouquet of red roses, yellow roses, white roses, purple roses, chameleon roses. They did everything. Bought the presidential suite, laid down and said, bring it to me, Volkswagen Group. Bring it to me. Yet Andretti can't get even an invite. What is this? FIA accepted it. Formula One hasn't. And I find it a bit distasteful that we have so-called highly competitive teams on the grid, i.e. Gunther, Haas, the most non-American team on the grid. You haven't bought a damn thing to Formula One. You need to sit down and shut up. If you're so competitive, what are you scared of? What are you scared of? And I find it very funny that we've been talking this for a while, and now you're starting to see other platforms that find themselves so strict and locked in, not to say anything wrong, that Formula One, now they want to try to start saying things dicey. Why? Because they know the truth sometimes really does bring out the best in the viewers and the other people. But it isn't until now they see it like, oh, we can get a little dicey. Yeah, you can get a little dicey. Don't be such a jackass. Don't be so damn scared all the time. Don't be scared to get your card revoked. So yes, General Motors, Andretti, once again, making strides to show that they are very serious about being in Formula One. And I want to know, what is Formula One going to say about it now? What are 10 teams now that are supposed to be such an elite group at the pinnacle of motorsports, so tenacious, so damn determined and motivated to always have competition? There's some competition for you. Big manufacturer, historical heritage in racing, Andretti's name. What's up? Make it happen. So we will see what happens. It's supposed to be 2028, which would be 2 years after the new regs kick in, 2026. But there are some stipulations and our verbiage in there that says, because of a power unit, it has to be so many years. So they'll be outside of that. So that's when they're planning to land. What Andretti will do in the meantime, because remember, Andretti wants to be a works team. He does not want to be a customer team. Okay. They want to be a works team, just like Aston Martin is getting ready to become with teaming up with Honda. They're about to become a works team. They want to unlock their potential, or they want to have more say-so over their development. They do not want to be locked in the confines and the constraints of somebody else's development or somebody else's ideas. They want to have the ability to be free flow and to tap into potential that they cannot tap into with being a customer team. That's Andretti's whole thing. We don't want to be a customer team. We want to be a works team. We want to be our team when we come onto the grid. You did it for Audi, and Audi is still supposedly coming. You did it for Porsche, and Porsche shit in your face. And I'm still questioning and wondering if Audi's really even going to do something. You've been up to doing all this courting, and I don't even know if Audi really like you like that. I don't. I seen the recent rent of the car. Okay, cool. I don't know. Until Audi shows up, I'm saying they're a no-show. I know it's supposed to be proven innocent until guilty, but this time it's proven no show until you show. Okay? That's how I feel about it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into some other things as far as the Las Vegas GP. Now, we talked about the fans, and I'm hoping those fans will indeed get some type of kickback or some type of package. But let's talk about Max Verstappen expressing his ideas about the Las Vegas GP. Your champion, Formula One. Your manufactured champion. Might as well be as roll close as that sign is. Your manufactured champion says he's not feeling it. It's all show, no go. That's what he says. And I'm going to tell you something. As much as I don't agree with a lot of things about Max Verstappen, I do agree he's a talented driver. I do agree he's a good driver. I do agree this championship is the most legitimate championship he's going to have outside the cost cap breach and the AD 2021 scandal debacle. 2023, congratulations, Max. And I have to say, a little bit because of what has resulted in free practice session, that he may have a point. I'm not saying he's completely right, but I'm saying he's got a point. And if his point is all show, no go, I'm going to say if it was less show and more go, maybe what happened today in free practice would not have happened had they done more to keep things like that from happening. But I'm also going to say this is why Max Verstappen, do you see below? Do you see that image below? Max Verstappen is supposedly, technically, on paper, a 3-time world driving champion, correct? Yes, he is. Max Verstappen is Formula One Liberty Media's FOM's manufactured champion. Am I correct? Yes, I am. Max Verstappen is supposed to be your poster boy. Am I correct? Yes, I am. Why is it that we are again in the United States of America, and yet Max Verstappen is not the lead driver sitting right there on that image right there? Why? Because he's not marketable. He's not liked because of his character and his integrity and his dad's integrity. Don't forget don't forget the charges. Don't forget the charges. Okay, that Joss had on. Don't forget Max Verstappen's dad is not no squeaky clean dude. A woman beater. He's a woman beater. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget he was involved in a legal situation where he was literally going to be charged for vehicular homicide, manslaughter, or whatever the case was. It was a violent crime. It wasn't scamming, it wasn't credit cards, it wasn't, counterfeit money. It was a violent crime. Don't forget about the situation on the track. So I'm just saying, this is who y'all, you doctored up, but you don't want to use his face at the front. Why not? Because Lewis Hamilton's more marketable. Lewis Hamilton technically is really the GOAT. Lewis Hamilton is very widely going to bring in a draw. You notice you're not going to have to manufacture audio sounds to try to dampen Lewis Hamilton getting booed. You wouldn't even do that. You didn't do it before. You won't do it. You'll let him get booed, but you'll also use them for what you need to use them for. We've seen it plenty of times. It's an old trick, old bait and switch. So yeah, Max Verstappen's not feeling it. To a degree, I'm with him as far as all show, no go, because I think Vegas may have clipped some corners to try to get this race underway, which I understand why you did it. I'm not agreeing why you did it, but I understand a lot of money involved. Cost even more money if we miss this date. We'll lose so much money if we don't gain some of it back. But at the end of the day, you miss some things. And Max Verstappen, although his point may not be to that, we already know he ain't about podcast. He's not about none of that stuff. He's about playing video games in his room, playing sim games in his room, clipping the corner and running somebody off damn track. That's what Max Verstappen's about. That's what he do. That's what he's about. Lewis Hamilton, on the other hand, is the man. Lewis Hamilton is the man. Did y'all not see? The brother has a Fortnite character now. Looks like something like a 2.0 version of the Black Panther. Gold and purple. Might I add, the commercial was pretty damn cool. It's pretty cool. All right. And it reminded me of that scene in John Wick when he went upstairs and it was in the room of mirrors. Not only that, but he's got a car in the Rocket League. I mean, damn. Lewis, even if you hate this man, you got to congratulate this man. This man is up here pulling off power moves. Fortnite. Oh, my goodness. Fortnite. And even Roscoe's in the Fortnite. He even in Fortnite with him. Like, that's some power moves. I mean, the new non-alcoholic drink he got, which was, I got to commit. You won't see Max doing this. Lewis Hamilton shows up and serves his fans the new non-alcoholic drink. Serves his fans. Literally, he's pouring it into the cup. Then he comes out and toasts his fans. Lewis Hamilton. That's why, one of the reasons, many reasons why he is who he is. He has the impact that he has, and he is as effective as any other or anybody that has been in the sport of Formula One. It's just, I mean, you don't got to like it, but you got to respect it. You got to respect it. So let's go ahead and talk about something else that is, and we will get into this, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the quote, so-called, from Max, and we'll take a look at this real quick. So as you see right here, Max Verstappen has called Formula One's Las Vegas Grand Prix 99% show and 1% sporting event, and said drivers look like clowns in Wednesday night's opening ceremony. World champion Verstappen has no enthusiasm for the spectacle that is accompanying this event and said on Wednesday evening, "I don't like all the things around it. I'm looking forward to trying to do the best I can, but I'm not looking forward to this. Max Verstappen, PS, your manufacturer champion. Max, first of all, you probably didn't like it because your crowd clap wasn't as big as Mercedes, which is, not the top team right now. You are. You probably don't like it because the last time you were in the U.S., you got your ass booed. You probably don't like it because Coda gave you a nice stiff, cold shoulder and booed your ass on the podium. You probably don't like it because you didn't even like what happened in Miami when they did what they could do to just highlight the drivers and announcements. I get it, maybe not your cup of tea, but I think you don't like it because you're not heavily received well here in America. Why? Because you're classified with cheating. And you don't like the way it feels. Matter of fact, I don't think you even sleep well in your own skin at night if you're looking at that 2021 trophy. I don't think you sleep well. I don't think you look at it the same. I don't think you only want to talk a lot about 2021, honestly. So yeah, you're not going to like the spectacle that you call. You're not going to like the ceremony. Anytime you get a chance to say you don't like something that's really not going to be deemed to paying homage to yourself, okay, whoop-de-damn-do, get over it. But that's how Max feels, and he's entitled to feel how he feels. He's entitled to his opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, including me, including you, including him. So, hey, Max doesn't like it. He said, "Now, I don't know about this percentage, though. 99% show and 1% sporting event. I mean, that's a big elaboration right there. But I get it. I get what he's trying to put down. I get what he's saying. But it is what it is. And Max, you're gonna have to deal with it. You're the champion, and there are things that champions should have to deal with because you're going to get the money and the likeness for it. So, hey, it is what it is, buddy. Soak it up. Now, let's get into this topic right here because I think Ferrari, in my opinion, Ferrari wasted another opportunity to bring a livery that is different from any other livery or color tone that they've brought thus far. They mix a little bit of it when they're in, Tifosi, when they're there. But I'm just trying to say, Ferrari, if you're going to do it on a grand scale. Don't bring us some shit that most people don't even want to remember. Nobody even really talks highly about the 70s as far as the U.S. circuit that they tried to develop. They even talk about it now like we're glad they didn't even keep any part of that. We're glad. Like literally they held other events there that didn't have a damn thing to do with racing. What was the big tribute here? I understand it, but was this tribute worth doing versus doing something that hadn't been done? You're in Las Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, baby. And if you don't like it, it doesn't turn out good. Hell, you had plenty of things that took place that wouldn't have turned out good anyway that would have overshadowed that. Hell, you were the car that got damaged on track due to the manhole. Why didn't Ferrari take the opportunity to come out with a yellow livery that would have been something fire with the yellow and black carbon with streams of red somewhere in there? They come out with this lame duck ass livery to pay tribute to that? Big, large opportunity missed, Ferrari. Big, large opportunity missed. You could have came out with a livery. If you're going to do it, do it. I know people are going to say, well, Mercedes, they didn't do anything. Well, guess what? They didn't do anything. But if you're going to do something, do it. Just do it. But do it on a better scale. Nobody cares about the tribute to that track because it was crap. You talk about it like it was crap now because it was crap then. And then you come out with the yellow, a full yellow Ferrari with black carbon mixed in. That could have been fire. And even if it wasn't, what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. Move on, do something else. With 2 races out from the end of the season, who gives a damn? But if you're going to spend money to do something, don't be the same color. Don't damn near do the same shit. Put a white dot on there with the, I mean, it was just wasted. It was just wasted. It was a wasted opportunity for Ferrari to really do something that could have been looked at differently towards the end of the season, really help put, like, hey, you know what? We in Vegas, baby. We making it happen. There were other teams that came out with some pretty dicey livery. Matter of fact, even Red Bull's livery was better than this. I like Red Bull's livery. At least it's with the theme of everything that's going on. Max Verstappen probably doesn't like it because, he ain't with all the, the supposed spectacle. So he probably hates driving this variation of a livery. Max Verstappen probably cussing at that car. He probably want to put duct tape on the car no matter how much weight it might add. I just don't want to see a spectacle. I don't want to drive a spectacle. Okay, I get it, Max. But Ferrari, you really dropped the ball. I felt like you could have came out with something a lot better than that. I feel like you had an opportunity and you missed the golden opportunity to do something to really wow your fans. The fans haven't really been wowed about Ferrari since they did the shakedown that everybody was all up in arms about. And I told you, really wasn't nothing to it. It was the best thing they did, and then they still dropped the ball on that. You could have done something here to really look sweet, and you did. You look plain Jane. It looks plain Jane. So we'll see what happens. We have hours, probably what we probably got, probably a few. We got I don't know, 7 hours or something like that. We got some hours before we're going to be in. No, we have probably like 13 or 12 hours before we start qualifying. Or no, before we get FP3, and then we're going to go into qualifying hours after that, which will be well into Saturday morning. Mary Beanie says, Jay, there was a Detroit Grand Prix 1982 to 1988. And you know what, Mary Beanie, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you reminded me about that, because do remember, people, that I said don't find it surprising if within 2 to 3 years we hear rumblings of a fourth USGP being implemented into the schedule somewhere in the northern area of the United States. Thank you for mentioning that, Mary Beanie, because that reminds me of that. I will not be surprised, especially if Las Vegas starts to be on an upward trajectory of recovering their ROI, and they see that, this is kind of looking good. Money is pouring in. The second season we come around to Vegas, attendance is larger, money revenue is bigger. You know what? I think we can actually pull off a fourth USGP. How about it? Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, especially if Miami looks good. Coda's not impacted. That's even looking like it's on the even or even the upward scale. And then Vegas, second season, even bigger, better, more money, more ad dollars. Don't be surprised if you hear something about a fourth GP trying to get put on the schedule. I'm just telling you right now. So we will see what happens. We will be here live for qualifying, good God willing, that everybody is safe, including myself. So with that being said, I am going to check out that team principal conference because Blue Diva said it got pretty damn heated. We will have a Wolves Den tomorrow post the qualifying session later in the day. Give some people some time to take a nap, other people time to wake up, maybe even watch qualifying. And then we will be on and popping for the race for our post highlights of the race day. And that will take place 5, 6 in the morning, just like we, so yeah, it's going to be like a sleepless time for me here. So, all right, y'all be safe, stay up, Wolfpack out. Peace.